back. This your boy Boss Man, aka the Hog. I'm still in the studio doing my thing, man. You know what I'm saying? So right now, we're gonna go ahead and get into this topic. Y'all check it out. Universal Underground Radio, The Underground Show.
Ice Cube said something in an interview about it, and it was very, very intelligent. He said, everything happens in threes. You know what I'm saying? You get hot, you stay up, you know what I'm saying, for about 3 years, and then that's that. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a situation like that, and how they say your 15 minutes of fame, you know what I'm saying? That's a true statement. Because it's like, okay, you got the rise of Jay-Z. Okay, Jay-Z did this, Jay-Z did that, he went as the king, and just that and the third. Oh, okay, but what about Nas? And then that turned into something else to where your success, and this is how petty, some things in hip-hop has become. You being a successful person can actually deter and make and generate enemies. People that want to see you fall.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm tired of Drake getting all the awards. Man, I'm tired of this person over here. Everything Jay and Beyonce, forget that. People don't know that being on the top, being the king or the queen of your mountain, however, you got a lot of people that still crowning this mountain, and they want to see you fall so they can be on top. They might not know how to be on top, but heavy is that head that wear that crown. You know what I'm saying? And when you see somebody that rule it and rock it well, not everybody, is happy with that person. That's why most people, it becomes a trend and a fad and a fade. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at even Russell Simmons, for example, right? Russ did his thing with music. You know what I'm saying? Owned his company, whatever, but then he started to do other things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He started doing the poetry. He started doing things because he know that, okay, I run the biggest label in hip-hop history. But at the same time, guess what? If people gonna want to see me fall as a person, you know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be like, oh, when some people start to become envy and envious and you become infamous, that's when it starts to be a problem. You know what I mean? It really starts to be a problem.
Man, I miss it because everybody seemed to be, you have, you know what I'm saying? I feel like two sides.
Mm-hmm.
You got one side that wants to collab and do music together, and then another side you have that competitive nature, that dog in you, to where you want to be the number one. You want to be, in front of the cameras. And I have a question for you. Also, in that interview with Ice Cube, he also said that when an artist, and I think you kind of touched on it, that when you get to that level and you sustain, at some point in time, there's a decline. But the problem is, so my question is, do you feel, with everything that just happened, how do you see Drake's career after this? Do you see a decline, or do you see him backing away for a little while and maybe rejuvenating?
I'm gonna be honest with you. See, a person, number one, artists like Drake, and artists that, number one, are not constrained into one genre of music. They are people who literally, they can go. They're in the pop genre. They're also in the hip hop genre, then R&B genre. It's not like Pusha, who only is under one genre of music. You take a L in that genre of music, and that's your whole entire career. It's done for. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you have artists like Drake himself, there's people that in hip hop, in our genre, this battle matters. His pop genre, they don't know Pusha T. They don't care about any of that.
You're right about that.
They just like, hell, I'm just waiting on Scorpion to drop. You know what I'm saying? like they don't care about that messiness. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the real. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to it, you know, Drake's career is fine. There's not, by the time his album comes out, ain't nobody gonna care about everything. Ain't nobody gonna care about all that other stuff anymore. They don't care. They're not gonna care. You know why? Because he's a moneymaker. He can be the same person that makes songs for the ladies. He's the same person that can have all these teeny boppers out here doing this thing. The dude makes money. You can put a package on that. Like, people don't even understand. Even when he did his album, what was it? More Life, where it was a playlist. People don't understand that Drake he can get money going overseas, messing with those British artists, and still do numbers. Mm-hmm. So his career, it doesn't matter. We all know that Drake isn't a gangster rapper. We all know that Drake isn't one of those people that, you know what I'm saying, is all hard and this, that, and the third. So it's almost like even the battle Drake is just pointless. You know what I'm saying? To check him as an MC, the boy has... The only thing you can battle Drake about is, is you nice? Are your skills right? Is your skills as nice as it is? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you write? Can you put together and formulate a song? You can battle him on that level. But battling on who he is as a person and everything, and this is why I said, when this beef got so personal, it was like, okay, now this is just retarded. You know what I'm saying? Because this isn't hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, forget everybody's talking about, oh, well, personal, I like that personal thing because that's how Drake lost. Let me tell you something. To me, Drake never even lost this battle. To be honest with you, he won. Because if you look at how this battle started when you went Infrared versus Duppy, you see how Duppy had a formula, how it formulated, how basically it was bar for bar, just perfection. Mm-hmm. And which I can call it perfection because even Diddy said, man, this is borderline classic and a masterpiece. Now look at Infrared. It's not the same. And even if you want to can throw in, what was it, Story of Edenon or whatever, out of the 3 tracks that was released, Duppy was the best.
You're not being biased, are you?
No, I'm not being biased. And the reason why, like, Story of Adenon, it had some bars to it, but it had a lot of fluff. It wasn't like your Nas Ether, where it's just boom, 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 boom. Duppy was like Nas's Ether. It's boom, 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 boom. Sheetha was like Nas's Ether. Boom, 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 boom. Duppy, it was like, I'ma talk. It's like taking an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? When you was a kid, like you got 3 types of ass cuttings when you was a kid. If anybody ever had their parents, you know what I'm saying, whoop their ass as a kid or whatever, you got the lecture beating, which that's the one where they hit you and then they talk and then they ask you to say something and you know they're gonna tell you to shut up. So shut up, and then they hit you again. That was Story of Adenon. That was that type of beat. Then things like Duppy be the one. That's the type of beating as a parent that have your other parent scared. Like, that's when your dad get a hold of you and he beat you so well that your mama jump in like, hold on, all right, you ain't got to, wait a minute now. Listen, he's still a child.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? That's that type of beating. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's a good diss track. You know what I'm saying? Like, people miss that. You know what I'm saying? They miss out on that. They don't understand that. They just, I don't know. It's just, so to sit here and say, oh man, it was hard because, you know what I'm saying, because of what he said and everything, no. Because Pusha didn't even tell you nothing that wasn't already out. It wasn't shocking breaking news. Hell, even the whole kid thing, dude, TMZ had did that story in May of 2017, last year. So the story that Drake may have an alleged child out here, that was last year. Mm-hmm. He just, if anything, rebought it up. And as far as the issues with his mama and his dad and all this other stuff, I'm gonna be honest with you. His whole entire career, Drake has even said it about himself that these are the things. Mm-hmm. So it is not impactful if you just informing me something that's already been known, already been out there. Okay? Now, what is impactful is when you do something like how Nas did it. You know what I'm saying? How Nas, classic quotes. Rockefeller died of AIDS. That was the end of his chapter. And that's the person you want to name your industry after? I rock hoes, y'all rock fellas. And y'all gonna try to take my, do you understand? Like, that right there is bars, okay? You know what I'm saying? Hell, even Drake has had in even this battle and classic battles that, you know what I'm saying, you can remember Duffy. Does anybody ever remember Infrared? Does anybody even remember a line of Infrared? Does anybody even remember a line of Adenon? After a week, 2 weeks, after that first initial shock, you like, man, whatever. Man, it was hard. I can't remember how it go, but it was hard. No. It's just like Drake's back to back. You remember back to back. I don't want to hear about this ever again. Not even when she said that you're better as friends. You like, I remember that. You know what I'm saying? Mama said knock you out. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. You remember classic things like that. And those are the things that you can say, yeah, he all the way won that battle, yo. I remember the vicious assault. You remember no Vaseline. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? You remember, I don't know about you, but you remember Eazy-E's real motherfucking G's. Or, you know what I'm saying? Line for line. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to remember anything that Pusha said, unfortunately.
Yo, check this out. We'll be right back. We got to pay some bills, but y'all check these tunes out, man. Universal Underground Radio Network.
Some of y'all just need to smoke some weed and see if it don't help the quality of your motherfucking life. I know, I see some of y'all. Look, I understand. If you ain't smoking weed because you got a good job, then by all means make your paper, boo-boo. But if you ain't got no job and you not smoking weed, I don't know what the fuck you are doing with your life. I really don't. I really don't. Don't give me that shit about it's a drug. It ain't no motherfucking drug. I done the research. It's just a plant. It just grows like that. And if you should happen to set it on fire, there are some